to tell somebody in their journey through their weight loss and they're
Yeah.
working so hard that they're getting too skinny, like that's just sabotage. So I have my resistant bands here. I liked these, so I got the thick ones, and then I also have my thin resistant bands. I saw Lauren just grabbed some too. People who know me know.
I always say this. People who know me know.
I have a tiny house. I live in a Florida sunroom in my residence. I have a cute little deck outside of my bedroom. My daughter's room's pretty small. The living room's small. Like, it's one story, and we have a loft attic. And finding a place, unfinished basement, where I have a bench and some weights. I was gifted a bench and weights from a good friend of mine. He was like, I'm not using these right now. They're being stored in a friend's basement. I'm dropping them off. So, wow, like that was awesome. And, you know, he loved my story of weight loss and wanted to continue working out. Yeah, so I thought, wow, that was amazing for him to give that to me. In addition to that, I don't always want to go down to my dungeon. So resistant bands are a great way to work out in a small space and add weight. Like this is my heavy band.
Oh yeah.
This is definitely whoo, you know, like after doing this for 3 minutes, you're gonna feel, or even 60 seconds, you're gonna feel such amazing resistance. So go ahead and talk a little bit about these.
I love resistance bands. No matter what level you're starting at, beginner, expert, like you'll see if you ever look up strong men, power lifters, like they use resistance bands. So obviously, you know, if you've got somebody like Hafthor Bjornsson who has been like the world's strongest man, I don't even remember how many times, using resistance bands, I mean, there's obviously, it's effective, you know, for no matter what level you're at. Resistance bands are great, especially when you're starting out, because you wouldn't build a house without a blueprint, right? You wouldn't build a house without a foundation. The biggest thing that keeps people from moving and from working out or from continuing to work out is that they dive in head first. Like, you're not gonna walk into the gym and start deadlifting a ton of weight. That shit isn't gonna happen. You don't even know how to squat with your own body properly. Resistance bands are a great way to upgrade just using your body. It's a great way to get a good workout in a limited space, in a limited amount of time.
So what would have been a bunch of weight and dumbbells or something.
Exactly.
Fits in my pack-a-book or my travel suitcase.
Oh yeah.
When I'm going on vacation.
I have those bands in my beach bag. And legit, I'm sure some lady next to me the other day was like, what is this bitch doing over here? I'm sure I feel like they're always thinking that. But I was sitting down.
Do you feel like Denise Austin at the beach when you're like
yes,
working out?
Always. And it doesn't help that I like usually am rocking a fanny pack, you know? Like it's just shy of like a leotard and leg warmer.
Five Below, by the way, sells some awesome epic 80s gear for your crazy little workouts.
I'm like, don't even get me started. But I take those bands and I'll be sitting in my chair at the beach and I wrap them around my legs and I'm like reading, doing like clamshells in a seated position. I'm trying to work them glutes any opportunity I get. I'm trying to build my butt up. You know, bigger butt, bigger squats. Like, I don't work out for the aesthetics. The aesthetics are the bonus for me. I genuinely like to lift heavy shit. I'm 5 feet tall. I'm built for lifting heavy things. But resistance bands, for me, in my realm, are amazing because it allows me to do a lot for recovery. This is one of my bands that I really like, and we use this thing for everything. This is called anti-fragile tape or voodoo tape, right? So Kabuki Strength makes this. A bunch of different resistance. It's just an open-ended band. And so I can tie this in a knot and I can use this for anything. But I'll use this this is my tool trying to do like rear delts. Like, I use this for everything. I'm using this to stretch, because I'm in the beginning of a stretch. If I'm not as mobile, I can use this behind my back. And now I get a better range of motion back here. I'm using it for everything. Resistance bands are multi-purpose. They're multi-use. They're used for recovery and they're used for workouts. Then you go into bands like this. These are awesome. Rogue makes these, Elite FTS, and these are great when you're stepping up a little bit more, when you're ready to increase the resistance, because these mimic, with each different level, you can see the different thicknesses, they mimic up to hundreds of pounds worth of resistance. Oh, you don't have plates in your house, but you want to deadlift? You get a PVC pipe from your hardware store.
And hopefully it's your local hardware store, not Lowe's or Home Depot. Support local, okay?
I walk down to the little lady down the street and I pay an extra $2 for everything, but I'd rather do that. And I got a PVC pipe and I put these around there and I deadlift and I row. Yo, you use these for everything, all different levels of resistance. You know, and this came in a pack for $15. Tons and tons of stuff.
You can't make it up.
Bands are great for beginners or for anyone. Those,
yes,
I love those. And you can clip them all together.
Let's say I've really worked it up. Then I can clip these together, go over your door. I know a lot of people are worried about, like, what if I pull my door jamb out, or what if my door opens? And it's got all these different clips.
If you don't have one of those over the door things, this was my hack. Parachute cord.
A parachute.
You tie a knot in it.
There you go.
And you put it over, and I did 2 of these. Exactly.
This one came with this attachment, so like this goes on the opposite side of your door.
Yeah.
And so it's holding in there. And I always say, then pick your outside, pick it, like I'm pointing at a door right now, you can't see it, but like pick an outside door. Like the door to my outside is right here. I can deadbolt this door. I don't think I'm pulling out the door jamb here. And if I am, then I had problems to begin with.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, the bands are great. They can be used for anything. And, you know, it also is a way to not make an excuse like, oh, I'm on vacation, where am I going to go to the gym? Pack that shit in your bag. Oh, I'm going camping. I'm not going to be able to work out. Yes, you will. Pack those bands in your bag, you know? Yes. Another great tool that I love, the TRX, and you can get like a generic version of them. But those straps are amazing because you can literally strap it to a tree and do your thing. You can do a ton of stuff with those bands. They're great for anything. You can get your biceps in. You're pretty much going to be able to do anything with that. And I think one of the best ways for people to start out is in, you know, doing some type of like a circuit style of training, because it doesn't commit you to a certain rep range. It's about the amount of work. There's no pressure. You do what you can, and you build it up as you progress.
Through my learning right now, I'm working to become a certified fitness instructor. So I'm learning about all this stuff. It's like, oh, okay, so the best way to lose weight for those who are working to lose weight or who are heavy set, the best way is through a circuit workout.
Yeah, it's gonna get your heart rate up, but also give you those elements of resistance training that you're looking for. And it's great because obviously when you're first starting out, you don't wanna be in there for an hour. You don't know what to do. So 20, 30 minutes is good. Even 15 minutes of meaningful activity is better than nothing. If you can't do 30 minutes, if 30 minutes sounds like too much of a commitment, do 15. You got 15 minutes. There's 15 minutes where you're fucking around in your house doing stuff you shouldn't be doing. Make the 15 minutes to move around.
You got 10 minutes in the morning, 10 minutes in the afternoon, 10 minutes in the evening. You still got your 30 in. You're getting your heart rate going, getting moving, and that's important.
Yep. And it's just got to be purposeful exercise. That's all stuff that you're going to learn in Tina's programs. You know, she's putting together something that is really just going to help you learn how to live like a normal person and make good, healthy choices so that you can be happy and healthy. Like, that is it. It's not gonna be about becoming a bodybuilder or a marathon run. If that's your goal, that's great. How about we just learn to eat right and learn to move a little?
The important thing to also think about, Lauren is going to be part of my program. She's going to be coming in. I have other great, amazing guest experts, and I've almost selected, I didn't select, they came to me, right? So we've been getting to know each other. These are all people who have been heavy at some point in their lives and have gotten it together. I don't know about anybody else here, but I would really rather learn and work with, when I was heavy, I wanted to work with somebody else who has been felt my pain and my frustration, and has been on the kitchen floor eating the ice cream out of the bucket before, and knowing how I felt and what I was going through. And in this group, I will continue to give everybody lots of little tidbits and helpful information. But my group coaching program, it's 3 months, having that accountability and the coach and the person that's going to push you and work with you through it all, and having a group of experts to do that with you.
Community is important when you're trying to reach a goal like this. The more support that you have, the better, you know, and because it's not easy, and you're going to have naysayers. You're going to have people that are like, nah, come out and eat this greasy ass shit with me. How about, nah, I'm not going to eat it.
I love that you said naysayer.
Like, enjoy it. You know, because they are. People are going to not, like, why? It's the same thing, like, you know, when I got sober. It's, you realize when you get sober how many people are really your friends. Yes. And how many people are just there with you because you're in the shit with them.
Yes.
I literally went from having a bunch of friends to having no friends the second I stopped drinking and doing drugs. Because I wasn't, like, digging myself into a fucking hole with them anymore.
Yeah.
So now they don't, like, and I'll get a message here and they're like, come on, it ain't gonna, yeah, sorry. You keep doing what you're doing and I'm gonna do what I'm doing.
You get that too in the weight loss, in this journey. You get, like, the friends that'll tell you you're getting too skinny. And I'm like, if you know me, you know I'm not skinny. Like, I'm not like this thin little girl. I'm still very thick. I have extra skin on my body. I have to embrace that. It's something that's happened to me. But to tell somebody in their journey through their weight loss and they're working so hard that they're getting too skinny, like, that's just sabotage.
And my feeling is this. No. My feeling is this, throw those people to, you, see you later, you're out. Because I don't want people, if you're gonna sabotage me in that way, where else are you gonna do that in my life? Then you don't belong here. And I'm at a point now where, like, I'm 39 years old, I'm not in high school, I don't need an entourage of fucking people. I didn't have one then, and I don't need one now. I need people in my corner. You're happy to be alive, and you're actually valuing your fucking existence. How about that? How about, how are we supposed to be good to our families if we don't take care of ourselves first? Especially as women, as mothers. We're expected to take care of all these people, but aren't expected to take care of our own damn selves. I can't stand that shit. Anytime I hear some woman or some mother saying to me, oh, well, you must have all the time in the world. No, I fucking make time. I make time. This ain't perfect. When I bend over, that shit hangs like a pit bull. Breastfeeding mama. If you're not here to support me, get the fuck off my train. I don't have time for shitty passengers.
I don't have time for shitty passengers.
I want to share good food and happy movement with people in whatever capacity that I can. And you have to have a support system. And if you're with Tina, and I'm not just saying it because, like, I want Tina to make some money. You're right, I do want her to make some money. But I also want Tina to help people because she can. If she was a piece of shit, I would say, Tina, you're a piece of shit, I'm out. But she's not. She is a legitimate human being who's been through the same shit that we've been through, who wants to help you make legitimate change in your life, okay? That's the truth. You need real people. People who are gonna call you out on your shit, who are not going to placate to your bullshit ideologies and your excuses. Call you out on that shit.
I did not have that until I was about 30 and really, really strict. I mean, I was in a marriage where my ex-husband would bring my favorite candy bar and kind of sabotage me and not really support me through the journey or give me that like, no, you need to do this, you know? I also didn't have the will for myself at that time in my life either. But as I started to, I would say, creep on in this journey, I wish I had somebody regularly that I had gone to and seen. And with life, I tell you, I didn't go through therapy myself to really work on a lot of these issues. And as a licensed social worker, I believe in seeking out the assistance and therapy when you need it. My best friend from college saw, like, just through my social media posts or my, you know, like, once in a while when we would talk, she could hear that I needed support. Do you know that we talked almost every day, probably for like 2 years? But during that time of, like, me going through, that was my accountability buddy. Christy, my best friend, on my watch, I compete with her. I think I'm winning. Like, you need a community, you need an accountability partner, and you need somebody who's not going to sugarcoat shit for you. You know, it's the person that said, no, you're not doing it this week, you know, you're making up too many excuses, or you're doing this. You need that person.
Oh yeah.
You or people. Just started out thinking I wanted to help people become a nay-slayer. So when you say naysayer, right? A nay-slayer is someone who just slays all the negativity. And at first, I was just going to become a coach. I'm a licensed social worker. So I wanted to go more into one-on-one with people, but I didn't want to really open up my private practice. And then COVID kind of happened, and it was like impossible for me to then go ahead and open up in-person private practice. And I thought online coaching was the way to go. And what resonated with me most was weight loss. I have goosebumps right now because it moves me to my core.
So much is triggered or connected to our weight, especially as women. So much is connected to it. I don't mean to skip out real quick. I have my client.
You want to follow Lauren, she'll put links down below. And we are so thankful that you all tuned in today.
And sorry to anybody with their sensitive ears if I cursed and offended you, but that's what you get.
No shitty passengers. #cheers.
Bye. Have a good one. Happy Sunday.
Bye.